welcome to Schaefer Field in Russell, Kansas. It's the 8-man Division II state championship game on Smoky Hills Public Television. Jeremy McGuire along with Larry Jantz, and it's Hanston and Hope, a rematch from a year ago, Larry. So these two teams are not strangers to each other in this ball game.
Last year, Hope hadn't been here before. They came up 38-12 short on it. Zach Hicks, he's had those two incredible catches for them, but they've had a year to prepare to get bigger, faster, stronger in the weight room. And I'll guarantee you, Coach Hostetter, he'll have them ready to go today against the powerful Elks from Hanston, who's been here. This is their 6th trip in a row, a couple times runner-up, and they're trying for a three-peat.
How does it help for both of these teams to have played each other a year ago, coming into this year? Similar schemes they'll be facing each other. Does that help them as they come into a game like this?
Certainly will. They both picked the game films apart. They've been a lot of film study on that. But the hardest thing for them to worry about today is keeping hold. The weather's cool, it's crisp, the finger's going to be cold, hard to hold on the ball as we saw in the first game today. And so the first quarter, they'll want to keep hold of the ball, don't fumble, no turnovers, and try to hold their blocks better, and keep the ball in control. And that's what I think you'll find out here at the beginning. But both of them trying to establish the run, but they have a both balanced attacks by passing as well as rushing. And I think that's what we'll see, Jeremy.
Both teams come into this ball game with a record of 12-0. I'll tell you what, they've done as good as you can possibly do to get here.
And Sports Illustrated, said it best in the November 10th issue, the dynasty and hope. And so the Elks are going to try to get the Lions today. That'll be for sure.
It should be a fun one today. It's the 8-man Division II Kansas State High School Football Championship on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency.
Russell, the Hanston Elks, and the Hope Lions. Let's go down to the field for our coin toss.
Coleman, go ahead and shake their hands. And Captain Hort, go ahead and shake their hands. Members of the crew, Mr. Weaver, Mr. Vaughn, Mr. Preston, and I'm Mr. Halligan. If you have any questions, come to one of us. Anybody have any questions? You guys are visitors. Call a coin in the air. Who's going to call it? You're going to call it? Call it in the air. Heads is called. It is a tail. Your choice. Defer. Black won the toss. Will defer. It's your choice. It's your choice. Want that in? You can receive or take the ball. They're going to defend this end. You'll receive. Turn it this way. You guys. White won the toss. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. You guys will have the ball at that end. These guys will defend the north. Shake hands, fellas. Good luck. Thank you.
And there's our coin toss. The toss won by Hanston. They deferred. So Hope will get the ball, and they will defend the south end zone here at Schaefer Field. Hope and Hanston playing for the 2nd straight year. The Elks looking for another state title. As you see their roster up on the screen, a lot of guys that you heard about last year, so they keep bringing them somehow, some way. And Larry Jantz, these guys have been together for a long time, or in a system that's proven to be successful.
Jeremy, the weight room out there just about 50 yards south of the gymnasium in Hanston is incredible. A lot of colleges wish they had it, and that's where the guys get to develop the strength of over the years at Slayton, and they all know it. The tradition's there.
So Hanston comes into this football game 11-0. Of course, they had a forfeit earlier this year against Lewis. Lewis forfeited to Hanston, so that accounts for the only 11 victories for the Lions. For the Elks. Hope comes into this ball game at 12-0. I'll tell you what, it's an exciting game. It's an exciting time for both of these teams, Larry. And like I said, it's chilly, 36 out with the wind out of the north and northeast, 10 to 15 miles an hour. So it's not very warm outside today.
No, we're about a minute to kickoff. So, but it's going to be a great one. They're both bigger. Hope's bigger and faster and stronger. You remember some of the kids from last year, you know. Remember Zach Hicks? Remember those 2 catches he had? And they're all ready.
So Jacob Krause back deep for Hope, along with Zach Hicks to kick the thing away. For Hanston is Philip Brose. They line everybody up close to the football. They'll spread them out. And here we go. Brose gets it into the air. Hicks is going to take it at his 5-yard line. He looks for a gap to the outside, is hit, and is going to be dropped. They're going to mark it about the 21-yard line. In on the tackle for the Hanston Elks was Zach Lee. Lee, 144-pound senior.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for the Hope Lions, Jeremy.
Hope lost this ball game last year, as we mentioned earlier, by a score of 38-12. They want to change that this year. Krause is the fullback. The tailback is hit. Krause gets the carry and broke loose. Crusher in on the tackle, along with Cody Howe for the Hanston Elks.
The middle linebacker, Joey Crusher, he's the one that made the initial hit there and got about 3 yards. Make it 2nd and about 7, looks like.
Starters across the front line for the Hope Lions: Zeb Elliott, Adam Gantenbein, Josh Schlesinger, Matt O'Bray, and Kyle Lorson. Corey Fredley, the quarterback, Jacob Krause, and Zach Hicks in the backfield. Fredley keeps it, goes right. He's in the open, and he can go all the way. Fredley at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Hope! Wow, what a play to start this ball game. 56 yards for the touchdown.
Second play of the first series. Less than a minute gone, and Hope Lions got on the scoreboard first. That's just exactly what Coach Hostetler was needing.
Corey Bradley goes 56 yards, and this ball game is 6-0 Hope with 11:14 to go here in the first quarter. Tell you what, it looks like they're going to try and attack the outside on both of the times so far in this ball game. And I'll tell you what, a quiet group on the far side from the Hanston Elks, but a pretty raucous crowd here on the near side. Here comes the 2-point conversion. Krause is a lone step back. There's a pitch out to him, and he is going to be hit and dropped. Cody Howe and Jeremiah Meeks in on the tackle for the Hanston Elks. But it only took a few seconds. We're 9 seconds into it, and it's 6-0 Hope. Nice run right there by Fredley.
That's excellent. Well, it was just an excellent job there by the Hope Lions. Coach Hostetler couldn't have drawn the play up in the locker room any better than that. They really, both plays, both of them in the first, they kind of went up the guard or off the guard, and then just zapped, just sprung to the outside.
So the 2-point conversion is no good. It was a run to the right, a pitch right to Jacob Krause. He was shut down. So with 11 to go here in the first quarter, it is 6-0 in favor of Hope. Hanston came into this ball game outscoring their opponents 162-36 in the playoffs. Brose takes the kickoff at the 10, goes back to the right, and is going to be hit and dropped as he crosses the 20. Adam Gantenbein in on the tackle for the Hope Lions.
Phillip Hill line up as a split receiver most of the time. Of course, here he's took the kickoff return and made good yards up to the 22-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hanston Elks and their chance to retaliate that first score by the Hope Lions.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Joe and Eric Dvorak on the left side. Meeks is the center. Austin Rogers, Philip Brose are the ends. Levi Salmons is the quarterback. Crusher the fullback. And the carry goes
wing left.
Number 6. That's Simeon Silas. Taylor up across the 25 all the way to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 on first down, 2nd down and 4.
And that was a Hanston Elks came out there in a wing left formation with Brusher the fullback and Sealer, 148-pound junior, getting the first carry of the game. 2nd and 3.
Salmon's the quarterback. Brusher and Seiler back there with him. Salmon's is going to keep it. He hit as he gets across the 30. Pretty good mark up to the 32-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and a short one after a gain of 3 on the play by Levi Salmon.
He's a junior quarterback. He's about 188-pound junior. Levi led him to the state championship game last year, and he's back again to see if he can't repeat.
Travis Savory was in on the tackle on that play for Hope. Defensively for the Lions, Kyle Lorson, Kobe Elliott, and Matt O'Bray across the front line. And then number 85, Savory, who just made the hit. Zach Hicks, number 33, the linebacker. Zeb Elliott, number 29, also in a linebacker position. The safeties are Krause and Fredley. So 3rd down and a short one. One step back is pressure. Salvin going to keep it off the left side. He has enough for a first down across the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
And that's critical, Jeremy, because Jeremy Meeks, their starting center, just went out with a kind of his holding his left arm or elbow, and so they had a fresh center coming in to take, and then Levi had to take that snap, and it always can be that chance for a fumble in that interchange.
Gilbert Thayer came in at the center position. Meeks is back into the lineup now. It's the first down for the Hanston Elks. They trail 6-0. 9:44 to go in the first quarter. Salvin to pressure. Left side, he got laid out. About a yard past the line of scrimmage.
Zach Hicks is there.
Hicks.
Reedley.
Gain of 1 on the play. 1 on the play for Fresher.
And that was a tough one, and he's met there by at least 4 or 5 of the Hope Lions, and a lot of black shirts.
So it brings up 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9 for there's Salvin in the backfield, hit and dropped. Kyle Larson and Travis Savory in the backfield. A loss of 3 on the play to bring up 3rd down and 12. What a play by Lorson, and then Savory coming up for the support.
Yeah, and Levi tried to go to the right then. Salmon's number 10, the quarterback for Hanston Elks, and nowhere to go, so he turned it back the other way, and again, he was met there by a couple tacklers by the Hope Lions.
Carl Benson there at the nose tackle position. Coming over to the right side is Zeb Elliott. He'll be covering Bros. 3 wide receivers set, only 3 down linemen now for the Elks. Salmon back to pass. Throws it up the field, has a man out there, just a little bit too far. That was intended for Andy Sayer, the 162-pound junior, but is incomplete, and that will force Hanston to punt this football away.
Well, they came out there in what they call the Wildcat formation, which is for Hanston, you have 2 forms of that. They have the shotgun, which is when they spread out the way that was, the split receivers, and then they have snug when they bring Levi up underneath of the center.
So Howe will punt, stands at his own 25-yard line. Elliott back deep.
What a punt.
Nice punt. Elliott takes it at the 6-yard line. Looking for some running room. He has some blocking. Elliott up the sideline and is finally brought down at about the 34-yard line, but there's a flag all the way back at the 19.
That big yellow hanky went about 30 yards in the air, so some official, he spotted something there, Jeremy.
Illegal block in the back on the Hope Lions. Illegal block in the back on the Hope Lions, so Hope will take over deep in their own territory after that penalty.
Half the distance, 10-yard penalty back.
It'll be half the distance from the 19, so about a 9-yard penalty against Hope. So a lot of fireworks here in the early going, Larry. A 56-yard touchdown run by Corey Fredley, and Hanston gets 1 first down, but then the Hope defense really shut them down on their next series.
And that hasn't happened to Hanston very much all year long, so we're going to see how they retaliate with it. But it's what you expect. The championship game is both here last year, and here we are in that repeat situation, and all after the marbles. Here they are with an I formation.
8:08 to go in the first quarter, and there's an offsides against Hanston. So Hope was able to get them offsides, I believe, unless they were drawn offsides. Looks like encroachment.
Encroachment, White.
Well, they got...
Dead ball encroachment. Dead ball encroachment. First over.
So 6-0 Hope. 8:08 to go is after the 5-yard penalty. Hanston bringing everybody up to the line of scrimmage. There's the left side. Look out! Look out! He could go all the way! Jacob Kraus at the 10, at the 5, touchdown! Can you believe it? Holy cow! 71 yards!
Tough job of running. Gutty performance. Just would not be denied. The end zone.
Jacob Kraus. They have ran 3 plays and have 2 touchdowns and 131 yards of total offense in the first 4 minutes of this ball game.
And that's called shell shock for if you're a Hanston Elk fan.
Here it is. Here's the 2-point conversion. President is going to pass it, throws it out in the flat. What a play by Zeb Elliott. The 2-point conversion is good. 7:57 to go. In the first quarter, it is 14-0 Hope.
And the old Zeb Elliott, the 160 yard.
And here it is. Look at Kraus. He just got by Salmon. And then Cody Howe nearly caught up with him, but didn't have enough field. And it was a big touchdown run for Jacob Kraus. 71 yards.
That replay didn't lie. We saw him live scoring, and the replay had him scoring again, Jeremy. Isn't that something?
I got it right.
Yeah.
71-yard run. And I'll tell you what, we're not the only ones that are surprised. This is a surprising beginning to this ball game.
Something you don't expect. We're going to find out what the Elks are made out of. Guarantee I'm not going to lay down. They'll be right back in the hunt here.
The pass to Elliott. And here comes your kickoff. It's a low one. Rose is going to take it at the 14-yard line. Looking for some running room, and he is going to break free. Still on his feet.
Amazing.
Still going. How in the world can he do that? Up to the 27, and that's where it'll be first down and 10 for Hanston at the 27-yard line.
Now, Jeremy, don't tell me you broke about 9 tackles out there at 10 because there's only 8 players.
Yeah, but I think some guys came back and had a second shot.
Oh, you thought we was playing 11-man? Hey, the officials don't count on this one. What do you mean?
First down and 10 for Hanston at their own 27-yard line. They trail this one 14-0. 7:47 to go in the first quarter. So Salmon.
It's called Snugs.
And there's a give off the right side. Salmon's with it. Look out. Levi Salmon.
First down.
And the first down up across the 35 to the 39-yard line for Salmon. A gain of 12 on the play and a first down.
That's called the Salmon's locomotive. There's one over there on the tracks north of the field going through right now. Well, that was the Salmon's locomotive of the Elk Express going back there and answering a little bit.
Almost as loud as Arrowhead Stadium.
Okay. Close.
7.5 to go here in the first quarter. Hanston knocking on territory of Hope. Salmon keeps it. Is brought down by Matt O'Bray. O'Bray in on the tackle. Coming in from his end position. Zach Hicks also out there. So a gain of 3 on the play for Salmons. It'll bring up second down and 7.
And it is pretty noisy out here. It might be 75,000 people short of Arrowhead Stadium, but it's pretty noisy, Jeremy. Got split receivers, see, split.
Second down and 7. Pressure. All kinds of room up the middle. Brought down by Kraus as he crosses the 35 down to the 34-yard line. Bring up third down and 3 on the play. Third down and a long 2.
Joey,
5 on that one for Pressure.
Joey Prusher is a 176-pound senior, according to the program, but I think he's a little bit bigger than that and a little bit stout. He's certainly well put together.
Third down and 3 for the 34. They need to get it to just outside the 31. Salvas is going to keep it. He's going to have the first down, still on his feet. He's brought down by Kyle Lorson, Zeb Elliott, and Jacob Kraus.
And guess what time it is, Jeremy? It's time to move the sticks.
They moved it inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. So a gain of 6 on the play. Levi Salmon, 6 carries, 25 yards in the early going.
And this is kind of what Jerry Slayton wanted, coach for Hanston. Keep the ball on the ground, ball control. They can't score if they haven't had it. Of course, we saw how quick they are, the Hope Lions this year.
Simeon Seiler in the lineup at a running back spot. They pitch it to him. A lead block by Salmon. He could go all the way. Seiler into the end zone for the touchdown. 28 yards out. And Hanston, just like that, gets on the board. And we have a shootout here at Schaefer Field.
Well, the coach, that was exciting for the Elks. They needed that score to get a little momentum back on their side, and they did a great job.
Here comes the 2-point conversion. Attempt by Hanston. The 28-yard run by Seiler. And this year he ran 39 times, 391 yards, and 14 touchdowns. And there goes Salmons for the 2-pointer, and he's in. 5:51 to go in the first quarter. A lot of scoring so far. It's 14-8 Hope. Look at the run right there. You saw Seiler just slip right through the line. A lead block by Fresher, and then Salmon had a lead block out there as well that really sprung it wide open, and they really used everybody to the best of their potential in that offense.
That's why they call it a team game, Jeremy. It takes those linemen, takes the linemen to make the holes, and then there's a great block, like you mentioned, by Fresher, and also by Levi Salmons, and that sprung old Seiler on the outside there, and the rest of his history. Looked like about the last 6-8 yards why the Hope Lions knew it was going to be a touchdown, and they kind of gave up on letting him go on in.
So 14-8 is the lead for the Hope Lions.
And here's what you said earlier. What happened in the first game was that the Jetmore kicker was able to punch the ball clear out of the end zone for a touchback. The whole question is here, Bros needs to do the same thing, doesn't it?
Steve Bros, he kicked it to about the 6 as last time. We'll see if he can get a little bit better leg into it this time. It's pretty good, but it'll be taken by Krause at the 1-yard line. Has the block. He's still on his feet. Up to the 21-yard line. That's where Hope will start. 1st and 10 at their own 21 with 5:44 to go here in the first quarter.
And the tackle is made both Joe DeVort. And he tried to rip that that ball away from old Joe.
So it's 1st down and 10 for Hope. The ball at the 21-yard line.
He did. He got her.
And they're getting everything fixed on equipment. They're getting ready to set things out. 1st down and 10. Hope so far has a 56-yard touchdown run by Corey Fredley and a 71-yard touchdown run from Jacob Krause. There's a pitch out to Krause. He's in a little trouble. Hit, dropped as he gets out of bounds at the 23-yard line. He gave him a couple on the play. Bros and Joe Dvorak, along with Cody Howe on the tackle.
And as a lead block, they sent old Zach Hicks in motion, leading, and then to give it to Krause. And
so here we go. 2nd down and 8. We'll call it 2nd and 8 from the 23, almost the 24-yard line. They need the 31 for 1st down. High formation. There's a give up the middle. Krause at it again. They could go again. Jacob Krause at the 15, 10, 5. Can you believe it? Another long one. Touchdown, 57 yards. And it is 20-8. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
And the Hanston Elks, they are stunned as Jacob Krause, 185-pound senior, just broke another one.
4 carries, 134 yards here in the first quarter for Jacob Krause.
He might set the all-time record in rushing the way this game's going.
If he's not careful. There's a pitch out. Krause hit, and he is not going to make it for the 2-point conversion. But Hope does it again. Look at this one. Here it goes. Krause to the outside, slipped inside, and he was off to the races. And Cody Howe tried to catch him from behind. Could not do it, and there's your touchdown. 5:30 to go in the first quarter. It is 20-8 Hope. What's surprising about this to you, Larry? I mean, I haven't seen a team run on Hanston like Hope's been able to in this first 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes of the ball game.
Well, the Hope offensive line is able to hold their block until that back gets 2 or 3 yards through there, and they're just breaking one tackle, and that's it. In other words, Hanston's not wrapping up. They're not making that good tackle. They're getting their hands on it, but they're not wrapping them up, Jeremy. That's what I see. The extra effort and determination to try to retaliate, you can see it's in the heart and soul of the Hope Lions at the present time.
Last year, they were only able to put up 12 points the whole game. It took them 6.5 minutes to put up 20 points today's game.
Absolutely.
And here's the kickoff from Elliott. It's a low line driver. Brushers has it go through his leg, and they cover it at the 21-yard line. Zach Lee was in there to cover on it. Levi Salmons was in there, so Hanston will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. 4 carries, 134 yards in this ball game for Jacob Kraus. Corey Fredley, 1 carry for 56 yards. So total, 6 carries for 190 yards.
Oh, that's awesome. He personally is on schedule for, what, about a 600-yard game?
Something like that. Salmon barking out the signals. He wants to change it up right here. Takes the snap, pitches it to Seiler. Seiler had a little bit of an opening. Kyle Larson's made a lot of big hits. He was in there on that one, a gain of a couple on the play. We'll call it a gain of 3 up to the 24-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 7.
You notice that Hanston was in their wing T formation then, and Levi just took the snap, turned around, and pitched it back to Seiler, and had the lead blocked by Salmons as well as Crusher. And here they are, but 2nd and 8.
Just to put it in perspective, Kraus is averaging 33.5 yards a carry. Salmon, plenty of room, plenty of time to throw it. Deep down the field, has a man!
Oh!
Andy Sayer had that right in his breadbasket and couldn't bring it in.
Did you see how long that pass was from about the 12-yard line, cleared down to about the 10?
Whoa. Fredley was beat on that play. Savory was beat on that play, but Sayer wasn't able to bring it in. Look at this. You see Salmons had time to throw it, got it up the field. Sayer was there and just couldn't bring it in.
And that was about a 50 to 55-yard pass in the air.
4:43 to go, 3rd down and 7. Another tough one right here for Hanston. Salmons back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it up the field, has throws at the 40, and brought out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
That showed patience that time, Jeremy. Levi went out, wanted to throw one up over the middle. That was covered, and he kind of flushed him out of the pocket and went out to right, and there was Bro, or caught him out there on a nice pass. Had good patience and a nice touch.
22-yard gain on the 3rd and 7 play. So Hope, with their 4th first down of this first quarter, amazingly enough, Hope hasn't picked up a first down yet. 1st and 10 from the 34. Lee split to the near side. Pressure gets the carry. He's hit, still on his feet. Battling as he gets to the 30-yard line, a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
He showed you what a bulldozer looks like when it's going to a place where you're not supposed to go. Got hit by the brick wall, bounced off of it, kept on going, didn't he?
Kyle Larson on the tackle. He's been hitting a lot in this ball game, Larry. Kyle Larson very active from his end position.
Well, he's going to get another dose of it again. The line's doing well.
Toby Elliott at the nose tackle position. Left side, Seiler tripped up. Savory got his shoestring as he got near the 25. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
The lineman's been doing a great job for the Hope Lions. You've got Kyle Larson at defensive end. You got Kobe Elliott, the 235-pound senior at nose guard. Bentz at the other guard, and you caught Bray out there as far as the end.
So here comes 3rd down and 2. Hanston trailing 20-8, 3:30 to go. Left side,
first down, looks like, isn't it?
Vince on the tackle along with Zach Hicks. That is a first down and a gain up to the 22-yard line.
I think that was O'Bray. Matt O'Bray was on the tackle. 63 instead of 43, I think, Jeremy.
First down and 10 for Hanston. Salmon keeps it. Throwing. Travis Savory on the tackle. That was not Savory. That was Krause who came up for the tackle. It'll bring up second down and 10. No gain on the play for Levi Salmons.
But that's a great wrap-up. Perfect tackling skills by Jacob Krause.
The ball at the 22-yard line. I'll tell you what, Hanston has had to battle to get their yards in this ball game. On the other hand, Hope has got some big plays. Salmon sparks it out. He's going to go back to pass. He's in trouble. He's hit as he throws, has a man, and it's knocked away.
Oh.
Great play out there by Corey Fredley, because I'll tell you what, Philip Brose was open in the end zone.
If he don't get those fingers on it to deflect that ball, there'd been 6 points, and we'd had a closer game than what we have right now.
Incomplete pass, third down and 10. Salmon so far in this ball game, 1 for 4 for 22 yards. As you see on the clock, 2:19 to go in the first quarter. Hope is the home team. They lead it by a score of 20-8.
Third down and 10 yards to go. Salmons looks like he's all of them at the line.
Guard. Salmons is going to keep it. He's hit, and he's dropped. Corey Fredley with the initial contact. Kyle Lorson and Zach Hicks finish him off all the way back at the 24-yard line. So a loss of 2 on the play will bring up 4th and 12.
Is that called team defense?
That is called team defense. Fredley read it. He came up, blew up the blocker, slowed up Salmons, and then Hicks and Lorson came in and finished him off.
And Hicks is coming in there from his middle linebacker position.
Rhodes is split to the near side. I look for Salmons to try and find him right here. And Ben jumps offside. Carl Bentz, the 155-pound sophomore. That is the second penalty of the ball game against Hope.
There was a mental error there by the 43, sophomore, Carl Bent.
This makes it a much easier conversion. Still not real easy. 4th down and 7 after the 5-yard penalty. Gross split to the near side. He'll be matched up against Zeb Elliott. Thayer in the slot on the right side. He's in motion. And timeout by Hanston. Timeout by Hanston. We'll keep it right here as we get ready for a 4th down and 7 play. And Larry, I tell you what, this is a time where if this Hope defense is able to come up, make a play, and then make another scoring drive, Hanston's going to be in a position they haven't seen themselves in all year long.
Yeah, they haven't been pressed into this same circumstance by anybody all year long. Not by the scores that they put up on the board. Only twice this season has Hanston given up more than 20 points. That was in the sub-state championship against Sylvan Grove, the game they won 58-30. Back on October 24th, they beat Forgan, Oklahoma 64-34. And those are the only 2 times they've given up more than 20 points. And of course, the only other double-digit scoring was by Stafford back on October 3rd, a game that Hanston won 64-12. So 4th down and 7, the ball at the 19. They need to get to the 12 for the first down. Pressure's the lone setback. Salmons looking to his right side, and now Thayer in motion. Salmons back to pass. Going to run it. He's going to be hit. He's going to be dropped. Zach Hicks in on the tackle along with Matt O'Bray. Carl Bentz made the initial
initial contact to slow Salmons at the 16-yard line, short of the first by 4 yards. So Hope will take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
That's just a great defense. All these receivers were covered, and so he had to tuck the ball in and try to make what he could out of it, and he come up short, and of course the Hope Lions will take over with only 1:33 to go. The lead 20-8.
1:33 to go. We'll see if Hope can get another big play. Why not? There's Fredley. He's going to keep it. Dvorak on the tackle as Fredley crosses the 20 up to the 21-yard line, a gain of 5 on 1st down, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I thought that was maybe Levi Salmons helped on that wrap up of that tackle towards the last of it, looked like.
Salmons playing from his safety position, looking to get something going defensively because his team hasn't really been able to do much offensively. Under a minute to go, there's the pitch to hit. He's hit the drop. There was Eric Dvorak on the tackle, the 167-pound junior. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. A gain of 1 on the play, we'll call it.
But, Jeremy, the play was designed to go outside, and Philip Rose is the one that turned the play in and made the back, cut up, and then that's when Dvorak finished him off on a good tackle.
Jeff Hostetter sends the play back in with Fredley. High formation. There's a give to Kraus up the middle, breaking through, and he's going to have a 1st down. Kraus crossed the 25 up to the 28-yard line, so a gain of 5 and a 1st down.
The Hope Lions, they get to move the chains for 1st down, and how many does that make them now? Is that their 1st or 2nd?
That is their first down of the ball game because they've had those long touchdown runs. And that's going to be the last play of the 1st quarter. Looks like Hope is going to let this thing run out. We are through 1 quarter of play here at the 8-man Division II championship game. It's a surprise right now. The Hope Lions lead Hanston by a score of 20-8. We'll be back after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency. If you would like to purchase a VHS or a DVD copy of the 8-man State Football Championship game, contact Melinda Walker at Smoky Hills Public Television at 1-800-337-4788, extension 133, or email her at mwalker@shptv.org.
Interesting interviewee here, Rick Dvorak, and he's a father of 2. And could you tell us what kids you who's playing for Hope and a little bit about yourself?
Well, as far as playing for Hope, I don't know. Hanston is my team.
Hanston, I'm sorry, it's 2 H's.
Joe and Eric Dvorak, 31 and 52, junior and a senior, and they're just glad to be here.
I bet, and you've been busy. You also have a daughter who's playing for the Rockers up in Kansas City, and you used to play a little bit of football yourself.
Yeah, I did. I started out at Wichita State and was fortunate to be drafted by the New York Giants and then ended up in Miami.
So what do you think the turnout of this game's going to be?
Well, it's not looking too good for Hanston at the moment, but I think we'll get things straightened out. It'll be a good game regardless, and both teams deserve to be there.
Thanks, Rick, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Zach Hicks on the carry. He was brought down by Mr. Joe Dvorak, so right on cue. A 5-yard gain for Hicks, though, up across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
And that's the first play of the 2nd quarter, so good big 2nd 5.
2nd down and 5. And there is Kraus in a cloud of dust up across the 35 to the 36.
Taking chunks of Bermuda grass with him, wasn't he?
A gain of 3. 142 yards on 6 carries. His average is going down.
Oh, amazing. He might only make 400 yards at rushing in the game, huh, at this pace.
3rd down and 2. This is a big defensive stand right here for the Hanston Elk defense. Twins to the far side from one setback. There's the give. Kraus is going to have the first down as he gets to the 40. A gain of 3 on the play and another first down for Hope.
I think that would be their 5th first down of the ball game.
145 yards. And another first down for Hope. Ball just inside the 40. Hope leading 20-8. They are dominating this football game so far. Hicks in motion. They're going to give it underneath to Kraus. Tried to break free, but Salmons came up and wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Kraus.
He played disciplined defense. He stayed at his hole. He didn't go bite for Zach Hicks going in motion away from the play and then coming back to the weak side, and Levi Salmons waiting for him.
The 2nd down and 10. The ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Fredley brings the play back in. Hope is yet to throw a pass here in this ball game. There they go, right side. Kraus. He's been running a lot. Good play action so far in this ball game. Some sportsmanship as Kraus helps up Joe Dvorak, who made the tackle.
I'd like to mention, Fredley comes over and gets the call from Coach Hostetler in the next play. Always does that after every series.
So a gain of 3 on the play for Kraus. He has 148 yards on 9 carries. 3rd down and 7. There's Kraus again. He's on the loose. Close to the first down. Leans forward. And he's going to be very close to the first. He runs so hard when he gets the ball up the middle.
He's fast. He's even quicker than he was a year ago.
And I believe it's just short of the first down. How short, I don't know, but just short by about half a yard.
This is the first time they've had a 4th down and short of the game so far, isn't it, Jeremy?
It is.
Correct.
It is. So here we go. 4th down and short. Is it a quarterback keeper? Does Kraus get it? Kraus gets it, and he has the first down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. So a gain of 3 and a first down.
Just a great surge of the line to control that line of scrimmage, and then all Kraus had to do is hit the seam, and he did it, and so we're moving the sticks.
Tell you what, the Hope offensive line is really controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
Up to this point, you're absolutely right. They're winning that line of scrimmage, and that's generally where, down in the trenches, is where the game's either won or lost.
First down and 10 at the 28, and there he goes again. Kraus finally wrestled down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Salmons on the tackle. 2nd down and 7.
And that was called an elk, bulldog, and a lion on that play.
Something else.
If he didn't do it, there's going to be another score for him.
Yep. Salmons has been the last line of defense a couple of times in this ball game.
Now they got twins right, see?
Elliott and Hicks. Hicks is the man in motion. Back to pass. Fredley in trouble. Throws it up the middle. It's caught by Elliott. He could go at the 5. Touchdown. Touchdown. 25 yards from Corey Fredley to Zeb Elliott. Look out. It is 26-8 in favor of Hope.
That was an incredible read by just before he got hit. Fredley, he released that ball, caught old Elliott coming across, and he probably caught it and then ran sideways for about another 25, 30 yards and got the last 15 yards down in the end zone. So here's a 2-point extra point, Jeremy.
The first pass of the ball game by Hope ends up in a touchdown. Fredley throws it over the middle for the 2-point conversion and is caught. Kyle Lorson makes the catch with 7:48 to go in the first half. It is Hope 28, Hanston 8.
They're stunned.
Here's that shot again. Look at Fredley scramble right here. looking, and then he sets up and finds Elliott, who made a nice catch and run, and Hicks made a block, and just like that, he dances into the end zone.
And it's 28-8. But hey, an 8-man, anything can happen. They can score a lot of points in the bunches. We've already seen that. So we'll see if they can put the kickoff here in the end zone or have a touchback at the 15-yard line, or will the Elks get an opportunity to have a kickoff return and get some good field position.
So we'll see if they can get it through the end zone. Elliott, who just scored the touchdown, will kick it off. There's the boot. It's a defense, and it will not be returned. So Hanston will start 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. 7:48 to go in the first half, and Hope is just doing everything right now, Larry. Getting all the, and they're making their own breaks. It's not like they're getting lucky. They're making their own breaks and really playing well.
They're all doing a great job. They have either 8 starters where they have 5 seniors on offense, 2 juniors, 1 sophomore. And they're all doing a great job.
Now Hanston will play from behind. They trail 28-8. Left side, there's a give. Seiler hit and dropped. He gets up to the 17-yard line. Zach Hicks, Matt O'Brien in on the tackle. 2-yard gain on the play to bring up 2nd down and 8.
And what's amazing is that Hanston, they start on offense, 5 seniors, the same as Hope on the offense, and 3 juniors. So here they come up with 2nd and 8 on their wing, right formation.
There's Salmons. He goes right side. O'Brien hits him. And then it's finally brought down by Kobe Elliott.
59.
Kyle Larson also had a hit up to the 21-yard line. So a gain on that play of 4 yards. 3rd down and 4. 11 carries, 35 yards. So Salmon hasn't been able to break the big one yet.
Big critical play here, isn't it? 3rd down and 5.
It really is, because Hanston needs to get a score if they want to stay in this ball game. Back to pass. Salmon's in trouble. He's going to be sacked.
I guess who?
Zach Hicks, Matt O'Brien bring him down at the 11-yard line. A loss of 9 on the play.
It looked like, I'd say that's a little film study.
Absolutely. Of course, you see that, and you realize that they have to punt the football, or have to pass the football, and they were all over it. Eric Dvorak late to the punt formation. Zeb Elliott back to receive. Cody Howe, wide drive. And Elliott's just going to watch that thing roll inside the 35, and will be down at the 33-yard line. Philip Brose and Eric Dvorak there, or excuse me, Joe Dvorak. It'll be 1st down and 10. Hope with the ball at their own 33-yard line. They'll mark it up to the 34 now. So 1st and 10 at the 34. And Larry, if Hope is able to get this thing into the end zone again and take an even bigger lead, what kind of a position does that put Hanston in?
Well, coach is going to have to do more, maybe screens, or some draws. We'll get back to you a little bit.
Ball's on the ground. Who has it? It looks like Fredley was able to get back on it, so we lost 3 on the play. There are a couple. We'll say a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. 2nd down and 12. The ball at about the 32-yard line.
And I'm really kind of surprised, a little colder this game than the first game of the day, that we haven't had more fumbles up to this point, aren't you, Jeremy, with the hard hits, and then just hard to hold on to the ball. Your hands get cold.
It's surprising that they haven't lost it more. Fredley goes right side. Jeremiah Meeks grabs a hold of his jersey from the backside and brings him down at the original line of scrimmage. 2 yards, brings up 3rd down and 10.
There's a great story about Jeremy Meeks that he had in February, had a hernia, operated on, and lost about 50 pounds because there was an error made, and recovered this whole year, never missed any football games, but finally gained his 50 pounds back up to about the normal weight. Great story.
He's a tough kid. 3rd down and 10. Hope with 2 wide receivers, and they're going to get a penalty. We'll see what the official call is here in just a moment. False start on the Lions. It'll bring up a third down and 15.
That's 5 yards.
That's
Dead ball, false start.
a linesman.
Dead ball. False start.
Linesman
63. Picked up.
Terry Preston caught him on an infraction there, Jeremy, and going to have third and 15 now instead of the second.
So you see if Hope tries to pass the ball up the field here, if they just go at the run and see if one of their guys can pick up 15 on this one. Hicks in motion. It looks like it's going left.
Shotgun.
And here it goes. Back to pass. Predley throws it up the field. Has Elliott. He makes the catch. And he's brought down inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Philip Rose brings him down. 38 yards on the pass completion.
Great job, and that's a great spiral pass.
First down and 10, the ball at the 13-yard line. 4, 10 and counting. You look at a happy Hope crowd. It's not so happy over on the far side. First and 10 on the pass completion. There's a pitch outside to Hicks. Cuts it across the field. Still on his feet. Zach Hicks inside the 10, down to the 6, a gain of 8. It'll bring up second down and 2.
Zach Hicks is just amazing. What, how bigger and stronger he's even got from last year. And he had a great game last year, but he's tough to bring down. He's a load.
Look at that. Watch Predley go back and watch. It just laid right in Zeb Elliott's breadbasket.
And you notice Phil Brose didn't know where the ball was at. It went over. He wasn't turning and looking at it.
Third and 2. Krause. He's going to get into the end zone. It's another touchdown for Hope.
Is that Krause something or what?
He is a good one. That was a 6-yard carry, and Hope leads this ball game 34-8, a 26-point lead.
And he went right over his his guard, Matt O'Bray, right guard, 190-pound senior, and Kyle Larson, 190-pound junior. They opened up the holes for him, and Jacob Krause, the old 185-pound senior, got another score.
6-yard run. Here comes the 2-point conversion. Predley in trouble. Hit and incomplete. Pressure with the pressure. So a 3:25 to go in the first half. It is all Hope. 34-8 Lions.
That part's awesome, but that was a great job. Old Frusher put a crusher.
He sure did.
Yo, mercy.
The pass was incomplete. So with 3:25 to go, 34-8. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Tell you what, coming into this ball game, Larry, I was not expecting at all something like this to happen.
I don't think anybody. I mean, Lions could hope for this type of game performance this time, but I'm not so sure realistically that maybe really believed that would happen up to this point since the defending champion and all the history of that Hanston. But the game ain't over yet. And,
Harry Slate over there on the sideline gave his team a little bit of a refresher course a little bit later. We'll see if that comes back to help them out. 3:25. The kick is up by Elliott. It's a line driver, and it is going to be into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Of course, Simeon Seiler trying to get over there to make a play on it, but couldn't. So a 3:25 to go in the first half. Hanston takes over first and 10 at their own 15. Here's the Schaefer Field scoreboard showing it. We're not kidding. 34-8 Hope.
Coffee and hot chocolate.
Hanston going into the teeth of this wind. It's a north wind and it's a cold one. Salmon goes left. He's still on his feet, still rolling up to about the 19-yard line. They'll mark it at the 20. A gain of 5 for Levi Salmon. Zach Hicks on the tackle.
And Hope looked on the defensive formation. They looked like they was confused out there with the formation that came out. And that's Hanston calls after Wildcat formation, where they have 2 split receivers and they have Thayer was in there until slot back. And then they just run a quarterback keeper with Salmons.
So second down and 5. The ball spotted right at the 20-yard line. Hanston coming up to the line of scrimmage. They got a couple minutes to try and get something into the end zone. Pressure. He's close to a first down. He's going to be short. Kyle Lorson on the tackle at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4 for Frusher. Brings up third down and 1.
And I think they'll keep the ball on the ground again just to move the sticks, but the cornerbacks from Hope were cheating up a little bit, so they would have been vulnerable to a pass that didn't happen.
There's a give up, or actually Salmon keeps it up the middle. It'll be a good enough for a first down. Up to the 33-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play.
This is probably where the statistics can be misleading. They're probably about even on first downs, but look at the score.
Yep. Hope, we were informed that you get a first down every time you run past the marker, even if it is a touchdown run. So Hope with 9 first downs in the first half, Hanston with 6. But the Elks trail by 26. Salmon, back to pass, pump fake, throws it up the field, has a man out there. It is knocked away. Zeb Elliott with the coverage on Philip Brose. And Brose really turned into a defender right there because Elliott had a better shot at that ball than did Brose.
Looks like they both had it jointly, and then all of a sudden, Elliott knocked it out of Brose's hand as he's coming down to the ground. But they both had it for a while. If they both catch it to come down the ground, who's the tie go to?
Tie goes to the offensive guy.
I was just checking.
Just testing me out. That's all right.
You know who set us straight on the first down? Christian Orr.
We'll give the newspaper guys some credit.
Yeah.
Second down and 10. Salmon keeps it. Goes left. Hit. He is not going to get any further than that. Bradley in on the tackle. Kraus out there. Tell you what, Hope is ready to play ball offensively and defensively today. Right now, more so than Hanston is.
They learned a lot in that 38-12 setback last year, and I think that's where they've learned it. They've spent the time in the weight room, they spent the time in game film, and they've committed themselves to be in a better position this year, and they're certainly proving it.
The ball spotted at the 30-yard line. They need the 38 for a first down. It's third down and 8. 2 setbacks. Seiler and Pressure in the backfield. Salmon's going to keep it. Goes right. Still on his feet. Still going. Very close to a first down. It looks like he's going to be just short.
Depends where they spot the ball.
I think they're going to spot it back a little bit.
Are they going to call timeout for measurement? They might have timeout for measurement on this one. Nah, old Raleigh Halligan says we want to look at it.
They're going to bring it in from the sidelines, and we'll see where this.
What does your laser beam tell you here?
I'm usually not very good, but I'm saying it's short by about 6 inches.
6 inches. Let's stretch the chain. I'd say he makes it by 6.
That's what I said. He's going to make it by 6 inches. 8 yards for Salmon. 45 yards in the ball game on 16 carries. It's another first down for the Elks. They have to hurry now, though. There's 1 minute and 6 on the clock.
We're going to have to get your eyes checked if you expect to go whistle tooth.
Well, I don't think you want me whistle tooth. I'll just stay right here, thank you. It's much warmer.
Speaking of whistle tooters, there's 61 years experience out there in four zebras.
So, first down and 10. The ball just shy of the 40-yard line. Salmon back to pass under pressure. Throws it up the field. Intercepted.
Elliott.
Intercepted by Zeb Elliott at the 15-yard line.
I don't care what you say. If he beat the tag, you see him slide. He slid down there, still had presence of mind to catch that ball coming in there for an interception. A little INT.
This is trouble right now for Hanston.
Is that a momentum breaker?
They didn't have much momentum going right now.
Mo.
But,
Just a little Mo, wasn't it? Wasn't a big Mo, just a little Mo?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, but not much. Here it goes. See if Hope tries to get something up the field. But the Lions do have all 3 of their timeouts.
Under a minute to go.
Bradley gives it to Kraus. Kraus spins himself forward.
Why not?
About the 18-yard line, a gain of 3.
I mean, why wouldn't you give it to Kraus? He hasn't proven himself that he can carry the ball.
He has done exactly that.
Is it called the Pony Express? Delivering the mail?
If you want to call it that, yes. Second down and 7. We'll see if the Lions can get a big one here. Back to pass. Bradley under pressure. Goes up, throws it. As he released it, it's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
And I'll tell you what, even on a replay, it's going to go down as an incomplete pass.
It sure will. Philip Rose putting the pressure on there, though. Putting the pressure on him. Didn't give Fredley time to set up and throw the ball. You look at that Hanston crowd, and they just can't believe what they're seeing. They're in shock right now.
They're bundled up and they're wrapped up, and they haven't had a whole lot to cheer for in the first half.
3rd down and 7. Look for a run right here. Look out. There he goes again. Crowd in outside the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Well, Joe Dvorak got him, though. Saved maybe another
16 yards and another 1st down.
a touchdown-saving tackle there by Joe Dvorak.
And a timeout for Hope with 5 seconds on the clock. Unofficially, this is unofficial for Jacob Kraus. 15 carries for 185 yards.
That's unbelievable in the first half.
Unofficially, that is absolute dominance. Then Corey Fredley has himself 4 carries unofficially for 61 yards.
Kind of called his own number.
Only 3 carries for 14 yards, but you look at watch this run right here. Kraus trying to get Salmons juked out. Levi didn't make the tackle, but he slowed Kraus up just in time to allow Joe Dvorak to come in and make the tackle. So 1st down and 10 for Hope. The ball at the 33-yard line. They need 47 for a touchdown or a defensive penalty because the half can't end on a defensive penalty.
And what's amazing is almost 300 yards in the first half.
Hicks in motion. And there's the pitch outside to Kraus. He goes that way. Down the sideline. Still going. And is brought down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 16 more. And that is the end of the first half. The first half that was dominated by the Hope Lions. At halftime, it's 34 for Hope, 8 for Hanston in the Division II championship game on Smoky Hill Public Television.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency. Also by Snyder Well Service, Jetmore Veterinary Service. If you would like to purchase a VHS or DVD copy of the 8-man State Football Championship game, contact Melinda Walker at Smoky Hills Public Television at 1-800-337-4788, extension 133. Or email her at mwalker@shptv.org.
Back at Schaefer Field, we're just about set for the second half of this 8-man Division II championship game. It's a game that's led by Hope right now by a score of 34-8, dominated all the way through here at Schaefer Field and Russell in that first half. 201 yards rushing for Jacob Kraus in that first half. They're about set for the kickoff. Bros to boot it from the 30. They need to stop Hope offensively. There's almost an onside kick. It's taken by Lorson. He lowers his head and is brought down at the 33-yard line. Looking at our first half stats quickly, Hanston only 124 yards offensively. Hope, on the other hand, they dominated. They had 339 yards of total offense, 63 passing, 276 rushing, 10 first downs, no turnovers. And that translates into 34 points.
Yes, it does. Awesome display.
There's again, Kraus up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of a couple on the play for Kraus as we settle into the third quarter here on Smoky Hills Public Television.
I think the toll of not one time all this last week that Hanston had the full squad practicing. Today's the first time they've all been together because of that flu, that sickness. It could be a factor.
It could be a factor. Wow, domination by Hope so far. There's a pitch outside. Krause gets to the sideline, and he's down the sideline and out of bounds. Where did they mark him out at? I'll tell you what, Krause just about broke another long one. They're going to mark him out at the 30, about the 32, the 33, we'll call it the 33-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play, and it's a first down. Right there, team comes sideline, and just, it's hard to see it down there, but it is another first down for Hope.
Well, I got a feeling that if it wouldn't have happened, why Jeff Weaver wouldn't have called it.
Bradley goes right. He's stacked up.
The ball loose.
The ball's loose. Does Hanston have it, or does Hope fall on the loose ball? This could be a big turn in this ball game. It looks like Hanston has the football. We'll see what the defense who comes out with it.
Still a check.
And Hope keeps the ball. Bradley somehow kept his arms around that baby. And Dvorak and Salmons come out of the bottom of the pile. Jerry Slayton doesn't know why his team doesn't have the football. A loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up second down and 12.
That'd be tough to see a replay on that in there because it looked like about 16 players on top of each other down there, wasn't it?
It was a hectic pile. Second and 12. Elliott split to the near side. There's a pitch out to Krause. Gets the block. Dvorak can't bring him down the sideline. Man, that kid is a runner.
He's got great speed. You know, Joe tried to turn him in. Dvorak tried to turn him in, and Krause's speed made it around the corner.
Gets all the way down to the 25-yard line. Brings up third down and 4. A gain of 8 on the play. 222 yards so far in the ball game from Jacob Krause.
Unbelievable running so far, but that was a good option play.
Listen to these numbers so far coming into this ball game for Krause. 170 carries, 1,701 yards, and 42 touchdowns. He knows where to find the end zone. Bradley breaks out. He's going to be hit. He's going to be dropped. Dvorak in on the tackle. Jeremiah Meeks came in to help off. And also in there on the tackle,
number 22
was number 22, Brett Wilkins.
Number 22, Brett Wilkins. Number 52, Joe Dvorak makes a stop.
A loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up fourth down and a long 5. Fourth down and 6, actually.
I bet you Coach Hostetter has a play-action pass coming in on this one.
Twins to the far side. That's Elliott and Hicks. Krause, once again, the lone setback. Back to pass. Incomplete pass. And I'll tell you what, Prusher was in there. Dvorak was in there. Wilkins was in there. And that pass was incomplete. And they will take over. Hanston will. First down and 10.
The speed of the Hanston Elks that time on that blitz picked it up, and I think he wanted to hit Kyle Larson, you know, as a screen up the middle.
First down and 10 at the 28-yard line. So Hanston with their first offensive possession. 10:04 to go here in the third quarter. They trail 34-8. Left side, Zach Lee with his first carry of the ball game. Navigates the defense for Hope, and it's a nice 6-yard gain on first down. Will bring up second and 4. First carry tonight for Zach Lee.
And got 6 very needed yards for the Hanston Elks.
Second down and 4. Lee again. They make that Seiler in this time. He's going to have a gain of 5 and a first down.
They're bringing Lee and Seiler as alternate, you know, bringing in the play from offensive coach is Oliver Salmons over there, Levi's older brother. He played in 89 and 90 games.
First down Hill, Kobe Elliott, Kyle Larson, Matt O'Bray.
The first man to make contact.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 39-yard line. Hanston trying to get something going desperately on offense. They trail by 26 points right now. Hope has dominated this entire football game. There's a snap. Salmon over the middle, looks for Rose. Intercepted by Fredley. He's going to try and get some blocks, and Corey Fredley is finally dropped at the 30-yard line. Salmon didn't even have his receiver turn and look for the ball. Bros went outside, the pass went inside, and another turnover on Hanston.
Well, Levi had to get rid of the ball, but Phillip was still running north, and he had to turn around to find out where the receiver was. And like you said, Bradley, he intercepts the ball around the 20-yard line and then zigzagged his way back.
Watch it right here. Salmon's kind of off of his back leg, and Bros was starting to look for it, but by the time he'd already ran past the ball by the time he started to look back for it. Krause, not much on the first carry. Gain of maybe a couple on the play. Jeremiah Meeks in there on the tackle after the 2-yard gain.
I think Kyle Larson just went and told his quarterback something about on the defense, like one play that might work. So he come over and talk to Coach Hostetler and maybe signaling a new play here, Jeremy.
20 carries, 224 yards for Jacob Krause. There's a pitch outside to Hicks. He's in some trouble. Carries the pile up to the 35-yard line, so gets 3 on the play, which was a good gain. When that play was developing, it didn't look like Hicks was even going to get a yard or 2, but he was able to make 3 out of it.
Well, they closed Hurry, though. I mean, you know, looked like it for a while. Looked like he might have was going to spread it out and go wide to the out of bounds line. But anyway, brings up what, 3rd and maybe 6, or 3rd and long 5.
3rd and 5. The ball just inside the Hope 35-yard line. The Lions lead it by 26. Krause is battling close to the first down. He's going to be about a yard short, a gain of 4 on the play.
And I don't look for them to punt on 4th down and short, do you? It's going to be less than 1, 4th and less than 1. And I'm guessing Hostetler says, let's keep it, a little ball control. We got it. They can't score without it. Let's keep it.
Hope hasn't went backwards very many times in this ball game. You got to believe Jacob Krause is going to be the man that gets the football here. They need the 40-yard line for the first down. They get the right formation set. Unbalanced. The player is set. Hicks in motion. There he is. He's got the first down. A little more than that. Inside the 40. A great surge from the offensive line. Matt O'Bray, a big block over there. And that's a gain of 5 on the play and a first down to the 36.
And then they went out there and set up in a balance line and made a shift in the line and moved was it Adam, number 14, Adam Gattenbein, 140-pound junior. Moved him over there along with the left guard. High formation.
There's a kick outside. Hicks still going down the sideline. Look out. Rose trying to wrestle him down. Finally does at the 15. 21 yards on the carry for Zach Hicks.
Time to show part of the Zach Hicks show. We've been seeing Jacob Krause, and now it's time today we got Morton running back, and now you're seeing why.
The 14th first down of the ball game for the Lions. And it is a cold one out here today, folks. The wind chill of 28 right now. Look at that run by Hicks. 35. It's above freezing before the wind chill. Fredley keeps it. Meeks drags him down after a short gain of 1.
Tackled by number 76, Jeremiah Meeks.
All the fans are bundled up, wrapped up around the side, but hey, you got to have sympathy or empathy for all the camera people. There's over 20-some people out there bringing the game onto you, running cameras at all different angles.
They're doing the scoreboard. Here we are inside the press box. No wind, no nothing.
And we don't have to tackle Jacob Krause or Zach Hicks.
No. There's the give. Krause goes to the outside. He's in again. Jacob Krause Kraus finds the end zone for the 4th time. That one was from 14 yards out. He now has 247 yards and 4 touchdowns. An unbelievable performance by the Hope Lions.
And he just went right straight up the middle and then just broke to the outside. And kind of found the pylon over here in the left end zone and took the score for up to 40. Now they're going for 2-point extra point.
The most points that they've given up. Kraus to the outside. They didn't say no, he did not get there.
His knee hit first before the ball crossed over. Good call by the linesman, Terry Preston.
So it's 5:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. 40-8. Look at this run by Kraus as he cuts it back. And Levi Salmons was not able to catch him as Kraus gets into the end zone.
I mean, you know, the people in the truck are doing an incredible job. Did you notice that on that replay? The guy still scored.
They did. He did. The Hope fans are happy. They're real happy. Hanston fans not so happy. They trail 40-8.
Look at old Mike Kessler down there. He's giving it out there. He says, we're back. Duck, it's worth for dinner. Oh.
Here comes the kickoff. Deb Elliott's going to put it in the air. There's the line drive. It's taken. Up across. Tyler hit. Drop. Avery on the tackle along with Fredley. I'll tell you what, everybody plays everything here.
Yep, Travis Avery helped. Nice tackle there.
1st and 10 for Hanston. The ball about the 23-yard line. 40-8. Ouch. Hope started out a long touchdown run by Corey Fredley at the 11-14 mark of the 1st quarter. Then about 3.5 minutes later, it was a 71-yard run by Jacob Kraus. They led it 14-0. There's a stack up at the line of scrimmage. Lorson and Elliott bring Salmons down after a 1-yard gain.
Did a good gang tackling, good teamwork.
One thing that Hope is doing is they're playing assignment defense today. They're not giving any cutback lanes to Levi Salmons. They're not allowing any big plays, and when they pass the ball, all sorts of pressure. 2nd down and 9.
They've corrected all the things that they were deficient in a year ago.
Salmons drops back to pass, has a man open, incomplete. That was intended for Dvorak at about the 34-yard line, but Salmons just had a little bit too much oomph on that one, and it brings up 3rd down and 9. Salmons struggling throwing the ball today. 1 completion for 22 yards on 8 attempts, and he's had 1 pass that was intercepted. He came into this ball game doing pretty good through the air. 61 for 88, only 2 interceptions on the year, 22 touchdowns, just over 1,200 yards. 3rd and 9. Salmons in trouble. Throws it out, has a man. Pressure makes the catch. Comes back across the grain and has a 1st down at the 36-yard line. So a gain of 12 and a 1st down for Hanston.
That was a much-needed 1st down by Joey Frusher. Nice pass from Levi to him. Found him open out there in the left flat, and he made enough gain to move the sticks.
Charles Bentz with the pressure forced Salmons to his left, but Levi set up, and like I said, Larry made a nice throw. 1st and 10 at the 36. Salmons back to pass again. Under pressure again. Tries to scoot away, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 40. See if they mark him into Hope territory at the 38-yard line.
Depending where he went out of bounds, how they spot it.
Now they're going to mark it back. They're going to put it right at the 40-yard line. The nose nearly touching the 40.
Maybe
so
give
a gain
it
of
3.
3 on the play.
Well, Levi was kind of scampering for his life there because he had good pressure from his backside. Just try to get what you can get.
4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Salmons back to pass. Has time to throw it. Has a man. Dvorak makes the catch. And it's knocked down at the 24-yard line. Jacob Kraus on the tackle. A nice gain right there of 17
momentum going, and they need to go ahead and punch it on in and get 16 points on the board if they can with the clock running.
Looks like Krause is a little tired. You see him kind of bending over a little bit, hands on the knees. He's ran the ball a ton. Now he's having to do a lot of pass coverage. Double tight formation. Back to pass Salmon. Under pressure, gets out of it, and he's going to run it. And a nice open field tackle. Zach Hicks with the initial hit. Kyle Lorson, Zeb Elliott also out there.
Yep.
You look at this right here. There's a pass play. Dvorak juggled it, was able to bring it in, and you see him going down by the hands of Jacob Krause. Salmons with 20 carries for 49 yards today. It's been a long time since he's ran the ball 20 times and only picked up 49 yards. Second down and 10 at the 24. Back to pass, throw out in the flat. Pressure makes the catch. Still on his feet, still going. I'll tell you what, that was a great effort as Zach Hicks brings him down at about the 16. A gain of about 7 on the play. It'll bring up third down and 3.
And it looked like he wasn't going to get anything, didn't it, to the first? I mean, it just straight out. It almost was a lateral type pass, but then it looked like he was going to get caught about the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden his strength, pressure, gained another 6-7 yards out of it.
If Salmons is able to lead him a little bit there and keep it, instead, pressure had to turn back towards the quarterback.
A good point.
Third down and 3, but still a 7-yard gain. And Salmons with the keeper. He's going to have the first down inside the 15.
Looks like we don't have the best angle, but it looks like he did make enough from our angle
down to the
first
13.
Down. And Raleigh Halligan says, yes, move the sticks, boys.
Gain of 4 on that play. 11 first downs for Hanston now, and they're trying to punch it in. They trail by 32. They need 4 touchdowns and 4 two-point conversions to get back into this thing. Salmons is going to go back to pass all sorts of times. Still looking. Throws it, has a man, caught it, touchdown.
Was that
Joe Dvorak makes the catch. And that was a 13-yard completion, and you have to give credit to the offensive line because Salmons had all day to sit back there and throw that football.
You're absolutely right. He could have set his microwave for a minute and still had time.
I think he probably could have in that situation.
I mean, he's warming up some hot cocoa on the sideline. He still had time, huh? Warm up the water. Put the chocolate in.
Yeah. So here it is, the 2-point conversion right here for Hanston, and they need this one badly. They trail by 26. Salmons rolls right, goes up the middle, goes outside, throws it up, and incomplete. And that's going to be a flag.
Try it over, or you want to decline it?
Point after is no good. Intentional grounding, penalty is declined. So with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Hope, 40. Hanston 14, and Hope still in control of this ball game, Larry.
Well, I think that pass on that extra point there, Levi was trying to hit that cameraman from the TV station.
I think they're going over that way.
Well, camera lady, camera person.
A 13-yard pass from Levi Salmons, and now you got to think, is Hanston at the point where they need to onside kick it?
Absolutely. They're getting close if it ain't there. I don't know whether Jerry Slayton has any contacts with Oral Roberts up in the tower, but it's time for miracle working time.
They need something right here after that 2-point conversion failed.
There's no sayings. It's inch by inch. Anything's a cinch, but
Yard by yard.
He needs to go yard by yard right now, doesn't he?
And he needs lots of yards. Now they need 4 scores to get back into this ball game.
Did you do that old math or new math to get to that?
I don't know what it was. It's a drubber, and it's going to be taken by Hope. Downing it was Tanner Anderson, a 150-pound freshman. Anderson makes a smart play, just drops down on the football. It's first and 10 from the 28.
And now Coach Hosteller, he sends the play out there with quarterback, old Corey Fredley.
Look for Hanston to try and game tackle right here and try to rip that ball out of there from the Hope Lions. Krause middle.
Kind of surprised.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't maybe fake or give a little Krause, Jacob Krause, a blow a little bit and just give the ball to Zach Hicks. Aren't you a little bit?
Tell you what, I think Krause is probably telling his coach, the senior, doesn't want anybody else to have a piece of that football. There's a point to where you listen to your leaders and let them do it. Aren't they excited? Can't you see our camera folks? They're so excited to be out there in full. There's another give up the middle. Krause, slung shot forward to the 31-yard line. A gain of a couple brings up 3rd and 7.
That kind of lowers his ratio here because he's had 2 carries right here in a row, and he's made a total of 2 yards. What that tell you? Either
Right
getting a little weaker or Hanston's getting a little tougher here, but there's less than a minute to go, Jeremy.
Unofficially, he's averaging right at 10 yards a carry. 25 carries for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not a bad day. 3rd down and 7. Man in motion is hit.
Play action pass, probably. Oh,
And
yeah.
Fredley goes left. Nope. He's going up the sidelines. He is very close. It's going to be a 1st down up at the 39-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play and a...
Nope, short.
No, they're going to mark it at the 36. They ran up to the 39. Now they mark it back to the 36, short of the 1st down. And for Hanston's purposes, the clock stops. So each second you can gain here
That's their ninth. That's their
is a big one.
ninth man on their team's out of bounds line right now because it stops the clock.
So a gain of 5 on the play. It's 4th down and 2.
And timeout by the Hope Lions. Looks like.
Timeout on the field. 23.7 seconds to go in the 3rd. It's all Hope here on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency.
Back at Schaefer Field in Russell, Jeremy McGuire along with color analyst Larry Jansen. Hope faces a 4th down and 2 right here. It looks like they're lining up in a formation to go for it, Larry. They're going to back up and punt it now. Fredley will punt it away. See if anybody goes back deep for Hanston. And there's the snap, the kick. The high one, the deep one, lands at the 5.
Did he get it? Yep.
And it is going to be down at the 4-yard line.
Inside the 4.
It's only 76 yards to go right now for Hanston for the touchdown. A nice punt by Fredley. He dropped that sucker right down inside the 5.
With a left foot. He's a left-footed booter. Did you see that?
And, of course, Hope had the advantage right there of having that wind behind him, too, so that helped that punt out. And, of course, Hanston not leaving anything to chance for a fake punt. They had everybody up on the line. They didn't want to have too many guys left behind.
Well, they're 76 away from Paybert, and the Elks need to try to get there in a short period of time.
1st and 10 from the 4. Salmon back to pass. Throws it up the field. It is nearly intercepted, then nearly caught.
Well, Zeb Elliott about got his hands on it first, deflected it, and then Jacob Krause about got it again. And as always intended to Philip Brose.
Wow. Brose had a chance at it after it was tipped by Elliott, but Krause came flying in there and knocked it away from there.
And you wonder how he's got that much energy stored up.
2nd down and 10. Just under 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The ball at the 4-yard line. Hanston needs some yardage right here. Salmon is going to keep it. Goes left side. Levi Salmon still on the run, trying to make something happen. Still on his feet, still running. And finally, is brought down at about the 12-yard line, almost the 13. And that is the last play of the third quarter. Hanston has a long ways to come back. It's 40-14. But before we go to the break, Drew Miller has some excited Hope fans down on the sideline.
Okay, I'm joined here with Jenny Bacchus and Jessica Barrett, two seniors at Hope High School. How does it feel to be up 40-14 going into the fourth quarter?
Pretty good. It's still exciting. It's very exciting.
Now, it's pretty bone chilling out here. It seems to be getting colder and colder as the time goes by. Are you able to keep warm?
Not really. Oh, yeah. Jumping and screaming for our team.
Yeah, just keeping the energy up. Now, are you gonna have a big celebration afterwards if you happen to win this game?
Oh, probably.
And being seniors, I bet it's pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you hear it first, seniors of Hope High School.
We're at the end of the third quarter, 40-14, Hope over Hanston.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency. Also by Snyder Well Service, Jetmore Veterinary Service. If you would like to purchase a VHS or a DVD copy of the 8-man State Football Championship game, contact Melinda Walker at Smoky Hills Public Television at 1-800-337-4788, extension 133. Or email her at mwalker@shptv.org.
Third down and 1 for Hanston. Levi Salmons sends Seiler in motion. Salmons off the right side, first down. Brought down by Kobe Elliott, but a gain of 2 for Levi, and it's another first down for Hanston. 23 carries, 64 yards. Hope's done such a good job of holding them down.
Tough the yards he's got. He normally has 64 yards at 6 or 8 carries.
Now Salmons back to pass. Gets a good block. Levi in trouble. Steps out. Throws it up the field. Dvorak makes the catch. He's down the sideline. Joe Dvorak at the 20. At the 10. The 5. Touchdown.
Hang on to your dreams.
64 yards. And look out. This baby ain't over yet. It's 40-20.
A lot of time left. The way they can score an 8-man ball. And keep your dreams alive. Elks for your three-peat. The Hope Lions are double the score on you, but hang on.
That was a 64-yard pass from Levi Salmons to Joe Dvorak, and Salmons was under some pressure, and he was able to get it off. The two-point conversion's coming up, 11:36 to go here in regulation. It's a 20-point ball game right now. Hanston trying to get the 2 to make it an 18-point game. Salmons keeps it up the middle. Nobody touches him until he crosses the goal line. So it's 11:36 to go in the ball game. It's now 40-22, and you see a little hop in the step. Watch this, Salmons rolling right. Steps up, throws it to Dvorak. Look at Savory. He'd given up on the play. And then it was too late. Savory, it looked like he might have pulled something, but Travis Savory was not able to make the tackle, and Dvorak cruised into the end zone for the touchdown. Now, Larry, we're asking you again. 11:36. You're down by 18. Can you still?
Are you looking for the onside kick? I see that's what's coming out of you. Well, I don't know. They've been doing that squib kick. It's kind of pooch kick. I'd just pooch it. Why don't you just pooch it over the front lineman here? You know, just pooch it up in there about 10, 15 yards if you can do that. They're sneaking up. You see old 6. Yep, Bradley, and then Kyle Larson over here. They're looking for that short kick. Now Zach Hicks starts to go back with old Jacob Krause. Look at that. See?
Here's Bros with the kick.
And
It's a deep one.
could get out of bounds. Nope.
And it's going to roll into the end zone, and that will be a 1st and 10 for Hope at the 15-yard line. Now here comes a real challenge for Hope. Or for Hanston, really, is trying to stop Jacob Kraus in that running game.
Well, I think Coach Slayton's going to have to do some little blitz packages. He can't sit back and wait for them to have either Hicks or Kraus running right at you. He's going to have to try to do something else, stunts, bring a different package.
There's Kraus, right side, hit and dropped. Wilkins in on the tackle. Also Frusher in there. Short gain on the play, a couple. It brings up 2nd and 8.
About 7.
Well, they have to think down. They're down, but you don't count them out yet because you don't kick back here to 5 and 6 times in a state championship game by.
They have to get to the 25 for the first. There's the pitch outside. Hicks with the carry. He is met by Seiler at about the 21, 22-yard line. Seiler picks up about 40 yards on the play. They bring up 3rd down and 4. Or Fredley, excuse me.
Fredley was your ball carrier, but 4 yards to go, 3rd, kind of critical down. They're gonna keep it on the ground.
3rd down and 4, and here comes everybody. There's a give to Kraus. He is not going to have the first down. A fumble on the play. Does Hanston have it? That's the question.
We got to wait for the Zebras.
And they do. Hanston has recovered a fumble.
And there they go. That's what the doctor ordered if you're Hanston Elk fans, and it's exactly the wrong prescription if you're looking for the Hope Lions. They wanted to keep hold of that ball. Don't drop the rock on the carpet.
Old Mo is starting to shift back to the defending state champions.
And look at that flag blowing, Jeremy. Jeremy, look at the flag blowing, too. I mean,
right
tell you, it's cold.
The Hope fans are getting
Got
up
the
on their
wind
feet,
at the back.
trying to cheer on their defense. This is becoming a ball game, folks. 1st down and 10 from the 21. Bauman back to pass. Steps up, throws it out, has Dvorak, incomplete. If he's able to get that pass off a little bit quicker, Dvorak might be able to adjust himself to make that catch, but it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
The timing was just off, barely. Levi could have hit him, like you said, Jeremy, an extra second or two earlier. He had a better chance for a completion, and I think Joe might have scampered in the end zone.
The ball at the 21-yard line after the fumble from Hope. Zach Hicks trying to get his teammates pumped up. The senior leader in at the middle linebacker spot. Here's Salmon, double tight. Levi rolls right, in trouble, has a man Frusher. Frusher cuts back inside, still on his feet, and is hammered down at about the 13, a gain of 8 on the play, 3rd down and 2.
You got jackhammer from the backside by 2 guys, looked like. But it's a great job of Joey Frusher to catch the ball and then dodge that one tackler, would-be tackler, and then made another 3 or 4 yards after that. So 3rd and short, huh?
And a good job hanging on to the ball, too, because he got hit hard from the backside. 3rd down and 2. Salmons is going to take it over the left side, still going, fighting. Tell you what, Levi Salmons has the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. It's a first down for Hanston.
That was determination against determination. Old Carl Bentz, the 155-pound sophomore, was coming in a nose guard, and he tried to keep Levi from gaining that yards, but unsuccessful in this particular attempt. First down for the Hanston Elks, and 1st and goal then to Jeremy.
9.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 1st and goal from the 9. One wide receiver split to the far side. Salmons is going to roll that way. Levi's looking. He's going to run it. He's going to get into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Hanston. 9:15 to go from 9 yards out. Levi Salmons has brought Hanston just a little bit closer.
And 2 minutes of action. We've got 2 touchdowns. Now, if we get this extra point here, that means there's 14 points scored. No.
It's a 12. If they get the extra point, if they get the 2 points right here, it's a 10-point ball game.
Yes.
Salmons Sends Lee in motion. And Levi keeps it. He is hit and dropped. Carl Bentz on the tackle.
Among others.
It remains.
Zach Hicks and
Here's
Carl
the
Bentz.
touchdown run. Look at Salmons rolling. Wanted to throw it and said, I'm going to run this one in. Got it in from 9 yards out. So it's 9:15 to go in the ball game. Hanston has scored the last 3 touchdowns and lead this ball game by a score of 40, or trails by a score of 40-38. Or 40-28, if I get it right one of these days.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, it's a little chilly out there. It's easy to get 28-38 mixed up, but it is 40-28. Hope has had a couple unanswered scores against them here. 9:15 to go, and there's still hope for the Hanston Elks.
40-28 is our score. That's the extra point run to fail.
Hope for the Hanston Elks. Whoa. But the Lions are determined, and here we'll see what happens.
There's the squib kick. The short one. Kraus takes it on the run. He's to the outside. Kraus still going. Cuts it across the field. Still on his feet. And Thayer finally rips him down at the 40-yard line.
And it had to be at least 6 of the Hanston Elks had an opportunity to tackle him. Only 2 of them maybe didn't, right?
And Thayer barely held on for dear life on that one. Whew. So first down and 10 for Hope at the 40-yard line. The Hanston defense, they got a fumble the last time.
And that had all the people up here in the Hope Stadium on this side. It was up cheering, anticipating maybe a breakaway for kickoff return.
Here it is, first down and 10 for Hope. Kraus, ball on the ground again.
Oh, and Hanston had it.
Can you believe it?
What exciting football.
This is amazing. Another fumble. Kraus couldn't hang on to it. And Hanston has it first down and 10. Dvorak on the ball. Eric Dvorak.
The 167-pound junior found a rock on the carpet. Covered it up, and now the carom goes back to the Hanston Elks, who do have momentum and scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes.
This is almost like the Yankees. Feels like they can goes their way, and now Hanston starting to have that. Zach Lee gets into his spot.
Wing T left.
Salmon's back to pass. He has time. He's going to roll right. Levi going to throw it up the field. Incomplete. Intended for Bros. Went sliding in on the far side. I think as Salmon pulls that ball down and goes off the left hip of Jeremiah Meeks. He has some running room on that one, but the pass is incomplete. It brings up second down.
That's a good job by Phillips Borzo. He throws, he's kind of slid like this instead of the presence of mind, try to get the hands right and catch the ball, and almost had a completion.
And did what a receiver should do, come back to the ball.
That's right, absolutely. Quarterback's in trouble, go back, help him out.
Second down and 10. Salmons goes right, pitches it out. Oh! That's Seiler down the sidelines, breaks the tackle, still going, and knocked out of bounds. At about the 18-yard line, maybe the 17. Bradley knocked him out. That's a big gainer right there of 24 yards, and it's a first down for the Elks.
You talk about a shootout in the OK Corral, Jeremy, that you mentioned earlier. We got one.
Look at this. Watching the pitch. And Seiler, the presence of mind to stay in his spot, still going down the sidelines. A great play.
I think Levi had the arch of about shooting a free throw, about a 15-foot free throw, the way he arched the ball out the side, huh?
Hope back on their heels right now. Hanston driving the dance. Lee in motion. Salmon back to pass. He's under pressure. Levi throws it up the field, incomplete.
Good job.
He was throwing that one away. Philip Bros was in the vicinity.
It was a heads-up play by Levi Salmons right there.
Brings up second down and 10. Salmons has thrown the ball 18 times, 7 for 18, 143 yards. He has 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's also ran for a touchdown.
Look for the Wildcat formation here. Yep. You got Thayer in the slot. Split receivers, Bros and Howe.
Second and 10. Salmons is going to pass it again. He throws it up the field. Was looking for Bros and overthrew him.
I think there's a mix-up in what the coach wanted and how the players on the field actually run that route.
Now it's 3rd down and 10. Hanston waiting for the play call. Jerry Slayton in the middle to his team over there on the far side. They bring the play in. Thayer and Howe in with the play. Salmon steps into the huddle. Bros is going to be split to the near side. The slot right is Thayer. Howe is the receiver on the far side. The lone setback is Pressure. Salmon going back. He's going to be blitzed under pressure. Throws it up the field. It's caught. That's going to be close to a first down. I believe they have it.
Cody
the
caught
catch
it.
was made by Howe at about the 7-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down, a gain of 11. First down and goal at the 7.
That was a good job, wasn't it, by the line to hold them out because, well, it looked like a screen at the middle had to come through there first.
They were bringing everybody right there. And like you said, the line, of course, you look at Pressure. He stayed back and provided some coverage. 2 backs. Salmon pitches it. There's Seiler close to the goal line. Knocked down at the 2. A gain of 5. Second down and goal from the 2. Seiler with 8 carries for 77 yards.
He's doing his share. He's doing his job, isn't he?
Tell you what, even if Hanston is not able to come back and win this ball game, it's a heck of a job.
There he goes.
Salmon, close. Fighting towards the goal line. Is he in?
Quick count.
He is.
Yep.
Touchdown, Hanston.
Now.
A 2-yard run by Salmon. 7:39 to go. It is 40-34. They're within a touchdown, Larry.
It's awesome. Incredible 8-man action. Nobody bowling the tent. Nobody is poking the hole in your balloon. It's still a football game.
And this is a huge 2-point conversion right here. If Hanston's able to score it right here, they'll be within 4 points. If they're not, it's still a touchdown. There's the pitch. Seiler, he's hit. But we have a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag is. It's going to be holding.
Pushing in the back.
That penalty will be declined. So it's 7:39 to go in the ball game. Hope has seen their lead dwindle from 32 to 6. Right there with Salmon's leaning across. Look at that. It was 34-8 at halftime. And it was, then Hanston led 40-8, and then it was 40-14 at the end of the 3rd quarter. But it didn't take Hanston long to get right back into this one. Salmon, the 2-yard run. With 7:39 to go. It didn't even take them 2 minutes from their last touchdown to get back. They've scored 3 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter.
Less than 5 minutes.
That is impressive.
Well, they call it cold weather, call it what you want to, but there's been those 2 fumbles, remember?
Yep.
And so, Hofstetter certainly wants to.
There's a kick, and it gets by Krause. It's into the end zone for a touchback. No time runs off the clock.
Absolutely.
And the ball goes back to Hope.
At the 15-yard line. They're going to be what? About 65 yards away from touchdown, and they could use some ball control, move the sticks and some first down. That's what Coach Hofstetter wants. Of course, the Elks are going to be what? They're going to be ball tackling.
They need a first down right here, too. Hope does, because if they go 3 and out right here and Hanston gets the ball back the way they've been moving the ball, look out.
Well, they got him shell-shocked right now.
Here we go. There's the pitch outside. Hicks with the carry. He steps in and is brought down as he crosses the 20 to the 21, a gain of 6. Jeremiah Meeks on the tackle.
Great job,
along with Seiler.
Pressure's over there for backup. Of course, so was Joe Dvorak. Oh, yeah.
Second down and 4 from the 21.
Up on the lineman, you see you got old Brett, Wilkins, number 22. He's playing in. You got Prusher. He's the cornerback. He's kind of cheating up.
Really cheating up. There's Krause again. He's going to have a first down. And you look right there, you see Seiler just grabbing a hold of that football, trying to rip it out. Unsuccessfully, though, a gain of 6 on the play and a first down.
See, Joey Prusher normally plays that middle linebacker, and he had him stuck out there, see, as a cornerback right from out. They call that the Wildcat defense. Whenever they move their people out of the normal of the 5-1 set, and they move it to where they think the offense is going to be going, they adjust accordingly.
So here's the first down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Left side. A stick over there. Philip Brose hits him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
And that's called the old IHOP waffle hit. That's when you leave the imprints on the back. Because that was a good stick.
That was a good stick. Do you get free pancakes and waffles or something?
Yeah, I think they have specials.
Okay. Yeah. Second down and 10. Bradley keeps it. He has some room. It's knocked out of bounds by Dvorak. Joe Dvorak and Simeon Seiler knock him out at the 36. 3 yards short of the first down.
And stop that clock, which is important for Hanston.
The gain of 7 on the play for Fredley.
3rd and 3. With 6:04 to go. Hope still leads 40-34.
Tell you what, did you see the Hanston defenders right there? Those second inside, it allowed Fredley to get outside, but Dvorak made a nice adjustment on that one.
The interior linemen have to honor what Krause has done today. You pointed it out all day long, Jeremy. I mean, Krause, man.
There's a pitch outside. That is not going to be a first down. Give the credit to Wilkins. He got in the backfield, forced Krause even further outside. Brose and Dvorak finish him off. No gain on the play. 4th down and 3.
That's a great job in there by Brett Wilkins, who is a 194-pound senior. A few years ago, his dad, Gene Wilkins, he was a coach up at Dighton, a very successful basketball coach forever.
So looks like Hope's going to punt the football away right here. Hanston's got to honor the fact that they just might try and fake it. Fredley, they're going to throw it to the far side. Look out. There's a block. That's going to be a first down. That's a first down for Hope. O'Bray with the block that sprung it. It's a gain of 4 and a first down.
Jacob Krause with enough yardage for the first and 10.
Now under 60 minutes to go, 5:50.
Over the ball near midfield, first and 10.
That was almost a block in the back over there on Prusher. Almost. I think it just barely had his head in front of him when he took him out of play.
Dvorak was over there as well. There's Krause up the middle. Nearly from that one. Salmon saved a touchdown right there. Only a gain of 2 on the play. Second down and 8.
Number 10, Levi Salmons makes a stop.
Yeah, that's a great job by Levi Salmons coming up from his safety position to make that shoestring tackle, or Jacob Krause is going to be off and galloping, running towards that Bronco end zone down here at Russell and Schaefer Field.
Unofficially 30 carries, 260 yards for Krause. There's a pitch outside. Hit. He's dropped. Seiler out there. Making the initial contact was Joe Dvorak. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and long 8.
And we had Seiler kind of helped Joe finish him off.
4:52 and counting. 3rd down and 8. The ball at the Hanston 38-yard line.
Another critical call for the Hope Lions to keep the clock moving and also try to move the sticks for another first down.
Man in motion. Kick.
That kicks.
Back to pass. Fredley throws it over the middle. What a hit by Brose. The ball's loose. Meeks falls on it. Another fumble by the Lions. I do not believe what I'm seeing right now. Philip Rose with a huge stick.
Incredible. Awesome hit by Philip Rose. And Jeremiah Meeks is right there, number 76, to pick up that loose carom on the floor and give the Hanston Elks one more chance.
Look at this hit. Watch it. And just feel this thing. Boom. And Meeks saying that is my breadbasket right there.
Awesome. Incredible job.
That is the third fumble that Hope has lost in the fourth quarter.
I think it's the right place at the right time. Unbelievable.
Salmon rolls right. Still has it. He's hit. That's the 36-yard line. A gain of a couple on the play. Second down and 8.
They might have had him wrapped up. We didn't have a good view, but Levi Salmons had pressure open out there in case he wanted an option to him wide. He was open, and if he could have got the ball that time, it could have been a long run.
27 carries, 81 yards for Salmon. Second down and 8. The other way. Now there's the pitch to pressure. Has some running room. Gets to the sideline and is knocked out of bounds. Short of the first down. We'll see where they mark it at.
Number 33, Zach Gibson.
They're going to mark that ball at about the 31, 32-yard line.
Will be third and about 6.
Third and 4. A gain of 4 on the play.
Critical third down call coming up for Coach Jerry Slayton and assistant coach Oliver Salmons, who generally calls all the offensive plays.
They haven't been in this position all year long to have to make critical calls like this, but they have in their past. Salmons keeps it up the middle. There he goes! Levi Salmons is into the end zone, and this ball game is tied.
That's an awesome.
Unbelievable.
What a football game, folks.
I just cannot believe it. That is 32 unanswered points, and Levi Salmons from 32 yards out has tied this football game.
Unbelievable. Talk about a quarterback that kind of reverse, counter, fake one way, and he was open. When he broke through that initial line of scrimmage, Jeremy, there was all lights out for Levi Salmons. And that was all the important 2-point, extra point. Here they come out lining up here.
You got to think that Levi Salmons is going to have a piece of this thing. They call it timeout. We're going to keep it here. 3:45 to go in the ball game.
Well, they had an empty backfield. Here we go.
Salmons busted through the left side. You see the replay. Just went left, and there was nobody out there. He just was able to walk into the end zone.
He was shocked that he didn't have anybody there trying to catch him. Levi, that he went in and scampered. What's that make his total now in rushing?
He has 113 yards on 27 carries. 28 carries.
And none of
He
it's
has
been easy.
ran for 3 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter, thrown for 1, and threw for a touchdown in the third quarter.
An awesome job. And you know, his older brother 2 years ago was on the quarterback this team, who's now playing out at the College of Mines. That would be Luke Salmons. And Luke played in the Shrine Bowl game on the West team. You might know that.
This is an unbelievable ball game. I'll tell you what, this is so reminiscent last year of the Division I championship game when South Barber was coming back on St. Paul.
When that game ended up 26-24 too.
Yep.
St. Paul there to beat South Barber Chiefs was it last year.
2-point ball game.
2-point.
Here it comes.
There we go. 40 to 40.
I'll tell you what, the Hanston fans are excited. It's a role reversal. The Hope fans can't believe what they've seen. 32 unanswered for Hanston. Will they make it 34 right here and take their first lead of the ball game?
Fullback.
Salmon going to go left. He's hit. And he's not going to make it. Throws it up. Tell you what, trying to make something happen. I'll tell you, he has to be careful in a play like that. His team's coming down around him. If he throws it up and Hope is able to pick that thing off, they can go the other way for 2 points.
That's right. Could have been 2 points for Hope.
But the run fails. Check your ticker, folks. A lot of points have been scored.
I mean, you know, Levi may not have known it, but he could have pitched that ball up in the air, and Chris Orr could have caught it and off. He'd been in for a touchdown the other way. Or, I mean, a 2-point extra point. But he's safe. Chris was up here, wasn't he?
Well, he threw it far enough. Maybe he could have grabbed it. So now, what kind of confidence does Hope have? Momentum. They don't have a bit of momentum right now. They've lost 3 fumbles that have resulted in 3 Hanston touchdowns. The Elks have tied it at 40 with 3:45 to go.
Well, Coach Hofstadter, they got to regroup.
There's a short kick. It's going to be taken by Hicks at the 11-yard line. Hicks with some running room to the outside, still on his feet, running
Great
hard.
drive. That's a good run.
Up across the 30 to the 31. So they will take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. 3:38 to go.
That's a good run. Good kickoff return there by Zach Hicks. Just good positive 15, 20 yards after he got the ball.
Andy Thayer on the tackle, along with Zach Lee. 3:38. The man of the day for Hope has been Jacob Kraus. 30 carries, 260 yards. Fredley with the carry to the outside. He's dropped up at the 34-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd down and 7. Not many people sitting in the stadium. Not many people sitting in the press box. And I imagine if you're listening on the radio somewhere or watching it on TV, you're not sitting either.
Well, you ought to be here is where you ought to be.
Yes, you should be.
Incredible 8-man football.
2nd and 7, shotgun. Fredley gives it up the middle. No gain on the play.
Might have lost some, huh? Did he
Kraus lost a yard, lost a couple on the play. Maybe lost the 1. It brings up 3rd down and 8. Tell you what, Kraus is using up a lot of my room on my stat sheet right now.
You're on the 3rd line just covering him. That's 259 yards rushing for the game, isn't it?
Yep. When you get into triple digits, though, on your 4th carry of the ball game, that happens. Fredley back to pass, steps up, throws it, has a man caught, 1st down.
Good job by the
Kyle
Hope Lions.
Larson makes the catch, and it's a 1st down for the Hope Lions in Hanston territory. A gain of 10 on the play for a 1st down.
And Corey had pressure on him, but man, what a great spiral, great touch, and he zipped that ball right into Kyle Larson, and he caught it.
77 yards passing today for Corey Fredley, including a touchdown.
He hasn't thrown very many times, but when he has, he's been very effective.
2:05 to go in the ball game. This is what state championship football is all about. There's a pitch outside to Hicks. He goes right, has a little room in his net, and dropped and nearly lost it. Somehow he managed to hang on to the football. That stick was made by Joe Dvorak. A gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. And this is the point on the field where they fumbled it last time. You see the clock running under 2 minutes.
Yeah, I tell you, it's crunch time. It's nail bite. They're all standing. They're huddled. They got their blankets on, the heavy parkas and the coats, but nobody's left this stadium.
2nd down and 8. 36 yards out. Back to pass. Looks like a screen. Has Kraus. He makes the catch. Cuts it back across the field. Kraus still on his feet. Look out. He can go. Kraus into the end zone. Touchdown.
1:12 to go.
Touchdown. 36 yards to Jacob Kraus. And Hope has retaken the lead at 46-40.
And no penalties, and so, whoa. Was that a great call by Coach Hofstadter?
The blitz was coming, and he just snuck out of the backfield and some great running. The 2nd touchdown pass of the ball game from Fredley. This is a big 2-point conversion right here. Big 2-point conversion. Here it goes.
High formation.
Left side. Kraus throws it. That was an interesting play. Zeb Elliott makes the catch. 48-40.
Yeah.
That was a good form for a basketball shot.
Now Fredley gets the ball, gives
Check
the ball.
out this pass. Watch it.
Touchdown.
There you go.
Touchdown.
Kraus across the field, the last man right there. Howe couldn't bring him down. And then the
Levi.
downfield blocking was spectacular, and Kraus marched it in the end zone. And he's only scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns today. And I've run out of room on my score chart now.
Well, you're just about out of time, too, so we only got 1:12. Maybe double that up down there. It ain't over yet. Hanston might have the ball, too, but wasn't that a great extra point?
It was, man, awesome.
He hands off to 33 Hicks, and then he goes about 2 yards, and he throws the ball. He passes the ball.
And here's the kickoff. The line drive is going to be taken by Fresher at about the 18. Fresher to the outside, still on the run. There's a flag on the play.
Be a face mask.
It looks like in the area face mask.
Preliminary cut. Could be a face mask at least.
Preliminary signal is face masking.
On black.
Face mask on Hanston. It's like a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
Up to the 29. So they need 51 yards in 1:07. And they only have 2 timeouts. They used one of them on that when they went for that one of their 2-point conversions.
5-yard penalty. It will be 1st and 10.
Norm Nuss and done a great job. You can see a picture of him there. He's the athletic director of the Russell High School Broncos and tournament host. Here we go.
First down and 10 from the 29. Salmon back to pass, steps up, throws it down the field, has a man, throws out there.
Whoa.
Nearly caught, nearly intercepted. If Friendly tips that just a little bit further, Bros
And
can
that through the
skip into
time.
the end zone.
Well, that was the throw to Andy Thayer, number 2 over there on that one there. Bros is over here on this side, but it's hard to tell those numbers in there, but almost intercepted, then deflected, then almost caught.
So here we go again.
And we got exactly 1 minute to go, huh? Second
Great,
10.
great crowd participation from both sides. Salmon has had one whale in the second half. He fumbles the snap, and that's huge. Brings up 3rd down, and now they really have to hustle. 3rd down and 12, a 2-yard loss for Levi Salmon.
Here we go. Clock's still running, so he can't throw it down. He can't.
And there he goes, back to pass. Stepping up, Salmon throws it up the field, incomplete. That was intended for Cody Howe.
So we're down to 1 play now, aren't we?
Here it is. This is for all the marbles right here. 4th down and 11.
He needs to, don't go for all the marbles. He needs to be just getting past the 40-yard stick. That's the midcourt.
Needs the
midfield.
Needs the 1st down. That's all they need to worry about right now, like you said, Larry.
Do you run a screen? You're going to go to who? Who are you going to go to? Your best receiver all year long, Philip Rose?
Rose hasn't been very active catching. He hasn't been able to catch very many today. Pressure, Dvorak's really been there. Receiver.
Yeah, Dvorak, your tight end.
This is it. Back to pass. Salmon's under some pressure. Throws it up the field. Tipped. Incomplete.
It's incomplete. It's incomplete. It's on the ground there.
The Hope Lions look like they're going to pull off a humongous upset. Now all they have to do is put a knee down, and Dvorak goes back and talks with his quarterback and says, hey, you did everything you could. And that is a senior leader right there, Dvorak, because Salmon left it all out on the field.
It was an incredible comeback, and his leadership in this 4th quarter was awesome. Now some of the people are starting to think this could be over now.
There's a give up the middle. They give it to Krause, who gets it to the 25-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play for Jacob Krause.
And that should do it.
To be the last play of the ball game. Hanston knows they don't need to even take a timeout. The Hope Lions had it in control. They just about lost it, but guess what? There's plenty of time left on the clock, and they're able to come back and get a victory. What a hard-fought football game, and look at the admiration these players have for each other.
And they deserve every minute of it.
So Hanston looking for their 3rd straight state championship comes up short. They fall to the Hope Lions by a score of 48-40.
Great sportsmanship. Look at that. That's incredible. Both teams very winning programs. Great job by Coach Hostetler. Great job by Coach Jerry Slayton and his Hanston Elks. Trying to three-peat and just come up a little bit short, but what a gallant effort in that fourth quarter alone.
A big win for the Hope Lions. They're victorious by a score of 48-40. We'll hear from Jeff Hostetter here in a moment. 48-40, Hope wins it over Hanston in the 8-man Division II championship game.
So, revenge is granted by the Hope Lions this year.
It definitely is granted, and I'll tell you what, you can't, so exciting for those guys to be able to celebrate a state championship, to be able to be crowned victorious today, and there's just, I mean, you can't feel any better for those kids.
Well, it's a great job on, you know, an athlete is not crowned unless you compete according to the rules, and they both are just great jobs and great programs, and I'm just proud of all of them.
We'll hear from Coach Hostetter here in a moment. 48-40, we're back after this on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency. If you would like to purchase a VHS or a DVD copy of the 8-man State Football Championship game, contact Melinda Walker at Smoky Hills Public Television at 1-800-337-4788, extension 133, or email her at mwalker@shptv.org.
Back at Schaefer Field in Russell, the Hope Lions lining up for their championship victory picture, and rightly so. They deserve every bit of it. State champions, a 48-40 victory over the Hanston Elks. Hope led this ball game with 5:16 to go in the third quarter. They led it by a score of 40-8. Hanston rolled off 32 consecutive points to tie it at 40. They missed the two-point conversion, and then Hope. The big play to think about on that drive, Larry, the fake punt that went for a first down. They faked the punt, got the first down.
They needed 3 yards and got 4, didn't they, Jeremy?
Got
Something
4.
like that, yeah.
Big call right there by Jeff Hostetter.
And it's a good thing it worked. The pass was complete and made it. And but then on the last drive was that their screen pass.
That was big.
And then that set your running back that had 263 yards rushing for the whole day. Jacob Krause had the 263 yards for the game. And how many carries did he have to get that?
He had 32 carries for 263 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground, 1 touchdown receiving, so 5 touchdowns total for Jacob Krause. And, of course, Levi Salvins, what a game he had, especially in the second half. 29 carries, 112 yards. He ran for 3 touchdowns, and he threw for 2 more, all of them in the second half. The first half touchdown for Hanston was a 28-yard run by Simeon Seiler. But Hope never fell behind in this ball game. They jumped out in front by a score of 14-0, and then Hanston got back to within 8, made it 14-6. Or made it 14-8, excuse me, and it was a 6-point ball game. So I'll tell you what, Hope never folded though when Hanston was coming back on them, and they kept their composure. put together that last drive, executed, did what they had to do to win this game.
And it's very critical, like you mentioned earlier, was that the one play they had to make that last play, 4th down and 3, and it worked, and it kept the drive going. And the rest of it was kind of history as far as on Coach Hostetler's Hope Lions, punching it on in, moving the sticks, kept ball control, and then just get able to run out the clock when they finally got ahead in the last bit of the 4th quarter.
What do you, kind of a difference, you know, looking back on the game, what kind of difference do you think it would have made if Hanston maybe could have controlled some of those big plays that Hope had in the first half? You look down the sheet, 56-yard touchdown run, 71-yard touchdown run, 57-yard touchdown run, all in the first 6.5 minutes of the ball game.
Well, it's, I don't know, it's, Coach Lattin, you know, he had to make some adjustments and things by what he thought in the game film and maybe a tackle or here, but what was amazing to me is that all week long, I mean, you know, they had some, and Coach Layton would look for excuses having people out with flu or from school, but that'd be a factor on the health issues of some of his players, and that might have been a factor. Plus, I suppose cold temperature is one thing, but it's cold both ways, and so I don't know. It's just a great job by everybody, but I don't know. I don't have no answer on it. It's just great playing, I think, by the Hope Lions earlier that sprung them for the deal, because they had some missed tackles. You know, they just didn't wrap them up. And it's a game of blocking and tackling, whether it's 8-man, 11-man, whatever division. You got to block, you got to tackle, you got to execute.
Unofficially, 508 yards of total offense for Hope in this ball game. 263 yards on the ground for Jacob Kraus, 76 yards on the ground for Corey Fredley, 46 yards on the ground for Zach Hicks. They also threw 7 times, completed 5 of them for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. For Hanston, Levi Salmons had 29 carries, 112 yards, threw the ball 22 times, completed 8 of them for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also threw 1 interception, but a big part of this ball game, you look in the turnover category, Hope turned the ball over 3 times, all of them coming in the 4th quarter, all of them resulting in Hanston touchdowns, which led to that comeback. So you look at that aspect of it. It just goes to show you how important turnovers are and how they can change the atmosphere, the perspective of a football game.
And every coach mentions it. If they talk about offensive keys to the game, they got to take care of it. They can't make mistakes. They can't have penalties, and they certainly can't have turnovers. And then all of a sudden, you get 3 chances, and then you score on all 3 times. So hats off to the Hanston Elks. You've got to give them credit for hanging in there and trying to come back. They could have folded a tent, but they have too much pride and too much tradition for all the years there at Hanston to do that. It's just a great, incredible high school football game. 8-man. They don't get any better than this, I don't think, Jeremy.
I'll tell you what, we might not get to hear from Coach Jeff Hofstadter. He is surrounded by a ton of people right now. You look at him, and you know how excited he is, and you know he's been working hard to get where they used to be, and where they wanted to be, and the state champion is where they wanted to be, and they were able to do that. And it looks like Drew Miller has moved in, and he now has Coach Hofstadter.
Okay, we're joined here with the winning coach, Jeff Hofstadter. And Coach, can you tell us a little bit about how you're feeling right now?
I don't know. Relieved, if that has to be the best word for it. You know, I want to tell you that I just did have to make a good game for everybody to watch, but that ain't the truth. And I said they did a good job of coming back and turning the momentum around on us there. And I thought maybe the first half was the best football we've ever played here. And I told these guys this is a good Hanston team, and they can come back at any time. And, you know, turnovers probably hurt us worse than anything. We just had way too many turnovers there in the second half, that 3rd quarter. And I told the kids, somebody just needs to step up and make a big play and turn the momentum around. And we did that. A good job there on that last drive.
And you kind of predicted it at halftime. You said that you can't really take Hanston for granted, and sure enough, they did come back. What else did you tell them for that winning drive? Was there something that really sparked them to just go ahead and put it in for the touchdown and 2-point conversion?
You know, I told these kids, I said, this is for a state championship now. This is what we all worked for all them years, and then we worked for all year long. And I told them, I said, somebody, like I said, somebody needs to step up and make a big play, and our seniors did a good job of that.
Was it a little bit sweeter that you beat Hanston, or did it matter?
Oh, I don't think it really matters. And it's tough to beat a team. You can't take anything away from Hanston. 38 or so straight wins, and I don't know how many state championships, but, you know, it feels good to beat a team of that quality in there, but you know, like I said, not to take anything away from them. They're a good football team.
And just the game itself, it just, you know, really brings a certain atmosphere to 8-man football, and you can really see it with both crowds.
Yeah, you know, there wasn't that many dull moments in that last stretch. You know, I don't know if anybody could sit down and enjoy what they were seeing there, because anything could have happened. Like I said, you can be down by 30 points in 8-man, and you see how quick it can turn around.
Thanks, Coach, and congratulations, and go celebrate.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks a lot, Drew. And it's a ball game that, you know, Coach Hostetter wanted to make it a blowout. He would like to keep it that way, but it got a little bit closer than he wanted to. So
he gave credit where credit's due. He said they're a classy team. They've been here before. They've won a lot of state championships. He didn't know how many. He didn't really care, because right now the moment is going to the Hope Lions and Coach Hostetter and all the work that he's done. Because he's a Rule 10 coach, you know. But he's just done a great job.
All right, Hope, his state championship, 48-40. The Hope Lions over the Hanston Elks. They're Division II state champions. Special thanks to everybody who made this broadcast possible. For color analyst Larry Jantz, I'm Jeremy McGuire saying so long from Russell, Kansas.
Tonight's presentation of 8-man Division II State Football Championship, Hanston versus Hope, on Smoky Hills Public Television, is made possible by an underwriting grant from Pawnee Valley Feeders. Are proud to sponsor coverage of the Hanston Elks and congratulate the kids on a great season. Pawnee Valley Feeders of Hanston, commercial cattle feeders with a 20,000-head feedlot. By AGCO Incorporated, serving Russell County and the surrounding area. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the generous support of the Hanston State Bank and Hanston Insurance Agency. Also by Snyder Well Service, Jetmore Veterinary Service,